Hello, everybody. This is English Lovingly, and we're talking about a very interesting phrase today. We're talking about the phrase to live to do something. What exactly does this phrase mean, and how can we use it in our English conversations? Well, there's a very interesting meaning, but first, there's a few different meanings, and it's not exactly what we're talking about. So I just want to take those out of the equation right away, just to let you know this is not what I'm talking about, right? So this is not what I'm talking about. Or for example, one, right? I lived to see 50 years old. Okay, this is not the type of sentence that I'm talking about. All right. Live to see 50 years old, that just means I lived long enough, right? Long enough to do something. This is not the phrase that we're talking about. Okay. All right. Similarly, all right, live long enough to experience something, right? For example, I hope I live long enough to see maybe my son's wedding. Okay. Again, very similar to the first one, is not what we're talking about. What we are talking about is to have a very special purpose in life, and then your whole reason for living is to do that thing. Is to do that one thing. So, for example, if I say I live to play music, well, that's an interesting phrase, isn't it? And when you first look at that phrase, it can be a little bit confusing. You're like, wow, I live to play music. What exactly does that mean? That doesn't make much sense. I live to play music. Well, because this is kind of an idiom. And again, it has that meaning to have a very special purpose in your life. So, this whole reason for living is for playing music. So, for you, playing music is so important to you, right? It's precious. If you didn't have music, then you know basically you wouldn't know what to do. All right, you wouldn't have a purpose, right? You can't even imagine a world where you don't play music. And so just think about it for a minute. If this person lives to play music, then this person is going to be, every moment they got, every moment they have, they're going to be trying to play their music. Okay. And when I say play music, I don't mean, turn on the radio, and I don't mean, turning on YouTube. What I mean is either they're playing a musical instrument like the guitar or the drums or some type of instrument. Okay. They're actually playing, they're actually making the music. Okay. So, it's just so important to them. It's maybe the center part of their life, all of their focus, their attention, all goes into their music. Okay, and so that's kind of what it means. All right, and so you can get an idea of what it means, right? And so if she lives to dance, all right, the exact same thing. She's probably a dancer. All right, if she's not a dancer, she's aspiring to be a dancer. Okay, which means that She's working very, very hard, right? Aspiring means she's working very, very, very hard in order to be a dancer. Maybe in the future, a little bit after continuous work, she's going to become a dancer. Okay. So, again, the most important thing in her life is to dance. Without dancing, maybe she doesn't have a reason to live, or she might feel at least that she doesn't have a reason to live. So I heard an interesting phrase, an interesting sentence, which is like these a very uh, touching phrase, right? These maybe first responders, which means like firefighters, police officers, search and rescue. Okay, these first responders, or these people, referring to the first responders, these people live to save lives. They live to save lives. Again, their purpose in life is helping other people, saving other people, right? So really amazing type of person. If you say that this person lives to save lives, we can imagine they're a very extraordinary person that's working really hard in order to help people. And that can be referring to a doctor, that can be referring to first responders, but their whole heart is involved. It means everything to them to do this. All right. They couldn't even live with themselves if they didn't. So that's a very powerful, powerful statement. So, what do you live to do? Is there something that's so important to you that you can't live without it? Let me know down in the comments. I'm interested to know what you're passionate about and what you live to do.